Hey guys, this is Comic Uno, and today I'm doing a review for Spider-Gwen issue 25. This is the Marvel Legacy book. I actually like the regular cover a little bit more, because it's actually hard to see the Gwen part of this, but I do really like the homage to that Venom cover, or Amazing Spider-Man cover. But let's dig into this book. Now, also, of course, Comic Uno episode will be up later in the week. So if you want the exclusive comics for that show, that's in the description below, and that show where I review all the comics I read this week in one show. But jumping into Spider-Gwen. Now, artwork, really enjoy the artwork here. And I like that it's a darker palette than we would usually get. So the color scheme is the black and pinks that are from the Venom costume. And it's really vibrant still, though. Even though it's a darker tone, it still has those explosive colors. So I'm really happy to see that. And I also really just love this opener, where we get to see Gwen wearing this hoodie. And obviously the hoodie is a big signature for Gwen. And this is just a regular, you know, I guess, civvy costume for her, and we get to see the Venom take over. So I love the shadows that you never really get to see Gwen's face because the Venom is completely taking over. And also just the Venom design is really cool. I like the tongue. It looks like a zipper. I definitely can't get over how awesome Venom looks. But yeah, the emotion just explodes throughout this issue. You really see that over here. It's just some great emotions throughout this book. But let's see what's going on with the story. So this issue opens up with a bit of exposition. So if you haven't read Spider-Gwen, you're good, because they do explain pretty much everything that's been going on with Spider-Gwen before Venom and how this kind of all happened, how she got into this place. But if you are a Spider-Gwen fan, it gets a little exposition heavy, but it does remind you of the emotional arc that Gwen has gone through, which I did like. And the rest of the issue is Gwen kind of dealing with her guilt, because that's something she's never dealt with properly. She's never dealt with Peter's death properly, and the last straw was really her father's coma, where she just feels alone. Obviously the Venom symbiote is heightening her emotions, and she's ready to kill. And this is the one time I feel with a Spider book that you actually feel like Gwen might actually kill. And it's not until the Punisher, out of all people, who kind of comes into the battle between her and Rhino, that she doesn't end up killing. And the Punisher takes that place for her because he understands what war is. So it's interesting to see him as an ally. And other characters we do get to see in the issue, which were nice surprises, was Mary Jane and the Parkers. Mary Jane obviously knowing that Gwen is Spider-Gwen, or Spider-Woman, and we get to see other people are also noticing Gwen is probably Spider-Woman, just like her old boss saying, yeah, she's probably Spider-Woman. And then Mary Jane saying, no, she's not, I don't know what you're talking about. And then you have Betty's like, what are you saying? You know, you've been talking about that Gwen's been Spider-Woman for the longest time. Like, what are you saying? And MJ's like, I just don't want people to see this Venom as Gwen, you know. I have to give the exact line, because it really was a great line. Let me see if I could find it. It really, I think, really sums up where the direction of this book is going. So she says, lots of people hated Spider-Woman, even when she was all clean and bright and trying to do right. If they start thinking Gwen's this Venom thing, I don't even want to think about what happens then. So it's just a really interesting line, and I'm really excited to see where Mary Jane's place is going to be, because she's helping Gwen on the outskirts. What Gwen really needs is someone to talk to. She needs a friend, and with her father, the only confidant she had really not around, this is the reason why she kind of goes down this downward spiral. So you do see that people care, you know, people know that she's Spider-Woman, but these people do need to go to her, and I think that's what the arc is going to be about. And then you have the Parkers, where there's definitely been references that Aunt May knows that Gwen is Spider-Woman, and she kind of takes this responsibility. And it's interesting that it's May instead of Ben who does this, where she's like, no, we need to go find Spider-Woman. This is where it started. This is where it's going to end. And the one way to do that is to find Gwen. And so we have a lot of people looking for Gwen by the end of this issue. But I'm really glad that they put the Parkers in the middle of this issue, really showcasing the muddy responsibility Gwen has now, because she feels responsible to kill Rhino, to defeat Matt Murdock because of everything that's happened. So her responsibility is very, you know, muddy here, and that's so interesting with obviously all the themes of what a spider book is. So overall, I thought this was a very solid issue and just a really good start, some good emotions here, and I could see some really explosive stories coming out of this one. So Spider-Gwen issue 25 gets a solid 4 stars. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. This is Comic Uno. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter. Don't forget to like my Facebook page. Also in the description below there are links for my comic book Like Father Like Daughter, and don't forget to like the Facebook page of Like Father Like Daughter, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.